circulate a little bit of air in here. A little bit better. Okay. What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless one of the band, Lincoln Clay, coming back at you with a live stream of Firewall 0 Hour. And naturally, it's been a while since I played this game. I took a look at my library, and since I've got my PS5, I've only done 2 VR streams, and that was the Pavlov Shack Beta and ACC Fridays, where I hook up with my UK partners, and we stream a set of Corsa Competición in VR. Other than that, all my streams have been PS5 streams, with the exception of the Rainbow Six stream that I've done on PC. And at some point, I will do an NBA 2K stream on PC as well. But so it was necessary for me to get back and do a VR stream here or there or whatever, because this is still primarily a VR channel. But so let's talk about Alvo. Even though I'm playing Firewall, I mean, me wanting to bring up the subject of Alvo, you know, I'll try to spend 5 or 10 minutes talking about this, and then we'll get into a match. You guys have heard me talk about this game before. Some of my frustrations with this game, the tracking, which this is not the fault of this game. It's the hardware. I don't know if it's the camera. I don't know if it's the console. I don't know if it's the headset. I don't know if it's all of them combined. Hopefully, we'll get some answers to that when I get that camera adapter for my PS5. I did submit a request for a camera adapter. I haven't heard back from Sony yet, but I've heard on some occasions that people have taken well over a month to get the camera adapter. So we'll definitely connect this PSVR headset to the PS5 once I get that camera adapter, and we will play some of the games that are notorious for drifting issues and see if that still remains on the PS5. And then if that's the case, then we know it was the PS4 itself. So I've talked about the drifting issues. As far as this game, the drifting issues, the lack of host migration, as well as the lack of dedicated servers. And if that situation hasn't been remedied by now, it's not going to get remedied, because Nicholas Taylor was good. Being that basically, if you're on the PS4, there is no PSVR section of the store. There is a PSVR section of the PlayStation Store on the PS5, but there is none on the PS4. So that right there in itself, to me, kind of hampered, you know, the VR games. You have to go out of your way to look for a specific game in the PlayStation Store for a specific VR game. But anyway, so I'm sure I speak for a lot of people when I say that I'm ready for PSVR 2 to come along. We're going to get a lot more multiplayer games. I think we're going to get a lot more first-person shooter games, more racing games. Bottom line is, a lot of the games that's currently on PC, I believe, are going to make their way over to the PS5 for PSVR 2, because the PS5 will have enough power to handle it. And is Alvo PSVR exclusive? Oh no, absolutely not. Alvo is going to be on all platforms. It's going to be on PSVR, it's going to be on PC VR, and it's going to be on the Oculus Quest. And the plan is to make all of it crossplay. So according to the devs, and they answered my question directly, is going to launch on the PS VR first, and then it's going to launch on the Quest like a couple of months later. We finally got a date, so that news came out today. Alvo comes out April 13th, which is just around the corner. And I am curious to see, it will have dedicated servers. So in that aspect, host migration won't be an issue because it's going to be on, it's going to be time based. The clock is just going to constantly run. You'll get a couple of minutes to get situated, to get into a match, get your, to get readied up, get your loadouts ready, and then once that clock strikes 0, the match starts. And so, I'm curious to see if there's going to be any drifting issues on Alvo due to the dedicated servers. Because I've heard rumors before with this game here, Firewall, that part of the drifting issues came from the peer-to-peer online multiplayer. So I would be curious about that. I'm also curious to see how they're going to implement the move controllers, because according to what's being said on Alvo, you can use any controller. You can use the DualShock 4. What makes Alvo different from Firewall? Alvo is going to be a fast-paced game. I think on PlayStation VR, Alvo will undoubtedly be the closest thing you'll get to Call of Duty. It's going to be crossplay, and you have the ability to use any controller on it. You can use a DualShock, you can use a Move controller, or you can use the aim controller. Now, it is going to be interesting to see how the reload mechanics are done. In the case of the DualShock and the aim controller, when you go to reload, you can't physically do it, so you're going to have to press a button, and then the game will reload for you just like it does in this game. But being that this, you're supposed to be able to use the Move controllers, and being that it's going to the Oculus Quest and they have the touch controllers over there, I'm wondering, are they going to implement the feature where you have to physically remove the clip, insert another clip, pull the slide, and reload yourself, or will you push a button to reload automatically, just like with the DualShock in the aim controller? That's going to be curious to see. I'm sure those questions will get answered April 13th when the game releases. I am looking forward to it. I also have to unfortunately say that if Alvo I'm thinking Alvo is going to be one of the few games left that I'll probably play on PlayStation VR. It'll probably be Alvo, Star Wars Squadrons. Maybe once in a while I'll dip back into GT Sport and do a hot lap. But this game here, if Alvo doesn't have any drifting issues, then I may have to end up bidding farewell to this game and only make cameo appearances on this game, which is really unfortunate. This was without a doubt my favorite game when it first came out. And I still think it's a great game. But the frustrations of the drifting issues have just been too much for me to deal with it. So that being said, I don't expect this to be a very long stream, because I expect I'll end up pulling my hair out once the controller starts drifting again. I did play this game last night. I tested it out. The first round, there wasn't really that much of drifting, but once we got to the second round, yeah, the drifting kicked in pretty bad. Is drift a hardware issue or a game issue? It's a hardware issue, because Firewall is not the only game on PlayStation VR that drifts, and the aim controller is not the only controller that drifts. Drive Club VR drifts, and it doesn't matter whether you're using a DualShock or whether you're using a racing wheel, it drifts. Tetris Effect, that game drifts. Static, that drifts. And then you got this game that drifts. Farpoint drifted a little bit, but it wasn't as bad. And I'm led to believe that one of the reasons why Farpoint didn't drift is because I was playing the campaign single player. In the case of Firewall right here, this controller is fine, but once we, because I'm right here in the menu screen, but once we get into a match, that's when the drifting starts. So I'm led to believe that the peer versus peer, at least with this game, is part of the reason why you're dealing with drifting issues. So I'm hoping that that will be resolved once we get dedicated servers, because we won't have to rely on the host, rely on their internet connection, and because I wonder if that has something to do with the drifting issue. So let's get in here and get into a match. Whew, God, that was a pretty winded introduction. Hopefully it doesn't drift either. Oh shoot, we're already if you notice right here, the controller is floating a little bit, but we'll see what happens once we actually get into a match, if it starts drifting or not.
Bypass the firewall via access point to reveal the laptop location and manually activate it for my hack. Found you. Coordinates for 2 firewall access points uploaded to your devices. Firewall bypassed. Laptop location is visible. Time to get paid.
Let's get it, Nick. Shit.
Friendly down. 3 remaining.
Damn it, I tried to run. Whoever revived me, thank you. I don't know why. I don't know if something's... I don't know what's going on now. When I move my head around, this game feels like... The headset feels like a fishbowl, like I'm looking through a fishbowl. You got a couple of them in the area of the laptop. One on top, one underneath. So you the homie for life, fam. I appreciate that. Thanks. Uh-oh. How much time we got left?
Friendly down. 2 remaining. One minute remaining.
They're posted up by the laptop. Now they came back upstairs.
Hostile retired. 3 remaining. 30 seconds remaining.
That's it.
I think we have different definitions of professional. Contract revoked.
One second here. Well, I think in order for PSVR 2 to be successful, as far as the price range goes, I think it should be $300, no more than 4. But I need to find out more about the headset, because we don't really know much about the headset except that it has a cord. We don't know what the resolution is going to be on the headset. There's been rumors that the headset could have HDR. I got more thoughts on that. I'll tell you in a little bit.
Defend the firewall access points and prevent hostile data hack of that very important laptop. Firewall access point locations are compromised. Hostiles detected and moving to their coordinates.
Yep, and it's drifting.
Down. 3 remaining. They destroyed the firewall. Laptop location coordinates are live. Hostiles
God.
Incoming. Protect that laptop.
I got caught messing around.
Hostile down. 2 remaining.
So here's the thing about the headset.
2 remaining.
As far as resolution goes, the headset, the very minimum, must have 1440. Because the days of 1080p headsets are gone. The original HTC Vive, the Oculus Rift CV1, and even this headset right here, done. There's no way on this earth PSVR 2 can be 1080p. It can't even be 1200p. At the very least, in my opinion, it's got to be 1440p. And by today's standards, that's not really cutting it. So I think the headset should be, I think maybe a sweet spot to give everybody a good resolution, but not, you know, charge us an arm and a leg for it. Remaining. I think 1600p could be a good resolution. I think like the
soft.
I think
all I can say about that performance is soft. Contract revoked.
The Oculus Rift S was 1440p, and I think it was a pretty good headset despite some of the complaints that I've heard about it. But if the headset ends up being 2160p and it ends up having HDR, then I would expect that they're going to charge at least $400 for the headset. You also have to keep in mind that Sony's not looking to compete with the Oculus Quest or anything. They're looking to they're looking to target their own user base. So you said that sounds about right, Nicholas Taylor. All right. So I think being that they're going to target their own user base, and I think another thing is that I agree with some of what some people said. Myself, I think GT7 is ready to go. I think that game could launch today, but I think they're holding it back so they can use it as a PSVR 2 launch title. It looks like they took off. You probably got tired of hearing me yapping. Oh well. Let me back out for a second. Now, GT7, I think that game is ready. It does look like you playing in the fishbowl. Yeah. I don't know what happened. But yeah, it feels like a fishbowl. I mean, it's the that circular border was always there, but for it to, for the picture itself to stretch out on the edges as I'm moving my head around, it feels kind of weird. But coming back to this GT7 thing, I think the game is ready to go. But I think Sony needs a big blockbuster title for the launch of PSVR 2. So I think that's the reason why it got delayed. I don't think anything's wrong with the game. I think they just want to use it as a launch title for PSVR 2 because you do want to launch with a blockbuster title. I think if it were up to Sony, they would probably use Resident Evil Village as a launch title, being that Resident Evil Biohazard was pretty successful by their standards. But I think because it's going to be available on other platforms, it probably wouldn't be a good move for them to hold the game back to accommodate Sony on PSVR 2. So I think what's going to happen with that game is it's going to launch, but I think when PSVR 2 launches, then the game will come back and get VR support. Because that's one of the games a lot of people been like kind of saying there's got to be VR support on this game. So we'll see what happens. But I would say that if Resident Evil Village gets VR support, unless Sony works some serious magic, do not expect the game to look through that headset the way it does flat screen. Because one thing that I think a lot of people don't realize is that VR uses it draws way more power than flat screen games. So you would need how important is PlayStation 5 Pro to PSVR 2? Oh my God, I missed that. I kind of missed that question. The whole thing. Well, I guess I can try to answer the question like this. I have PS5. I'm on my PS4 Pro right now, and I plan on keeping my PS4 Pro, and I'm probably going to get rid of my Xbox once the Xbox Live membership runs out. I don't really play anything on my Xbox. Every now and then I'll dabble in something for a couple of minutes, but for the most part, I don't play anything on my Xbox. I use it to watch YouTube and Twitch all the time. So if I'm going to do that, you know, because it's in my bedroom. Now that I have the PS5, I have moved the PS4 Pro into my bedroom. So I'm standing here right now playing VR in my bedroom, and I really don't got much room to move around because it's a pretty small bedroom. But I can watch YouTube and Twitch on this console the same way I was doing on the Xbox. So I'll probably get rid of my Xbox once my Xbox Live membership runs out. So how important is this? I think that this PS4 Pro, all in all, is probably living on borrowed time, because I think, say 2 years from now, once PlayStation VR 2 on PS5 is in full swing and we start to see first-person shooter games and sim racing games and multiplayer games popping up all over the place, there isn't going to be any reason to stay on this PlayStation VR. How important is PS5, if at all? How important is PS5 to the current PSVR? I don't think it's that important. In fact, if you I can't confirm it, but once I get the camera adapter, I'll be able to answer a lot of questions for people. But I'm led to believe that right now, this is what I'm led to believe. The current PSVR on PS5, basically when you play a PSVR game on PS5, the PS5 reverts itself back to a PS4. So you're still bound by the same limitations as the PS4, even though you're on the PS5, because you're essentially playing on the PS4. That being said, the current PSVR is no reason to feel like you got to get a PS5. If you already have a PS4 Pro and you're happy with the PSVR, I would stay with it. From what I understand, I think the only games that the only games that I know of that was affected by PS5 is I know Blood and Truth kind of got a extra coat of wax. So once I get on PS5, I'll take a look at that, even though I already beat that game. I'll still take a look at it and see if you can notice the improvements with the naked eye. And I think this game, I think it got like a frame rate boost or a performance boost or something. I can't really remember on PS5. But again, I'll answer that question, because once I get this PSVR hooked up on PS5, I still got a lot of questions. Is there going to be drifting? Is some of these games still going to be blurry? That kind of stuff. How big a difference is 60 frames compared to 120 frames? I really don't know, because from what I'm understanding, the human eye can't see faster than 60 frames anyway. I think the only way 120 frames makes a difference versus 60 frames is if it's not locked, because in VR, because I think like if something's running at 120 frames per second in VR, if it's locked, great. But if it's not locked, once the game reaches a point where it has a heavy load on the GPU, then you might see the frame drops. You might see the game get a little skittish. So I don't know, depending on how you look at it, a locked 60, it could be better than 120 frames just jumping all over the place, you know, dropping down to 70, jumping back up to 115, dropping down to 65, that kind of shit. I think when you have that happen, then you'll probably see the difference. You'll probably see the frame drops. So I'm going to go in and play one more round or one more match because I am really tired, because I did a stream this morning of Rogue Company on the PS5. I did a bunch of running around. I had some errands I had to run. When I got back, I had to get my cardio in. I had to get my workout in. And that's why I'm really tired, because after I got done working out, I finished the day off with cardio by playing Thrill of the Fight and Beat Saber. So I am really, really tired. And standing up right here playing Firewall doesn't help, because I'm still on my feet. All right, that worked, Nicholas. We'll do one more, call it a day. Oh, God. That's the bad thing about Firewall. The host left the game. And that's one of the reasons, that was the biggest reason why people were screaming for host migration and screaming for dedicated servers. Because with dedicated servers, it doesn't matter. When the match is over, you know, in most cases, you might have a 2-minute countdown to get your loadout and ready up and stuff like that, and then once the clock runs out, the match starts, whether you're ready or not. So, and there's no host with a dedicated server. In this case, with this peer-to-peer shit, the performance that we get all depends on the host, and how long we get to play all depends on the host. Once the host leaves, it shuts down everything. So this is one of the things that, in my opinion, should have been taken care of before the game even launched. No, Firewall's not crossplay. PlayStation is the only platform that it's on. It's a PlayStation exclusive.
Responsibilities.
How old are you, ball juggler? He's old enough to have a job.
No, I'm only 12.
Oh. Right on.
That's a lie. That is.
Don't matter. What is your rank?
200.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was wondering that. Me? I am 5,697.
Oh, damn. I don't remember those days.
It's a blur.
All right, let's see if we can make it through this.
What are you now, Zed? Are you in the 270s yet?
Right
don't
then.
know. I have to
Prevent hostiles from destroying the firewall, gaining access to our servers, and hacking the data on that laptop.
281.
Yeah.
That's the closest I've got so far. Behind you. Mush.
Already?
Fucking cunt. Yeah, man.
Yeah, they're up the stairs.
Hostiles have a firewall access
just
point
on the
location
jammer
and are moving to them. Get cracking. Hostile down. 3 remaining. Hostile down. 2 remaining. Hostile down. 1 remaining.
Behind me. Fucking steps, Juggler. On your left. Right.
Weapon down. 3 remaining.
Double down. Yeah.
Aces. Contract fulfilled. Payments activated. There's more where that came from.
You ain't leaving.
No, I ain't fucking leaving.
Think I got a revive out of that.
You ought to hear what I have to say, Schofield. We're trying to do this the easy way.
Lincoln, you got that revive, I think, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I'd play till 12, but I can't. I gotta get off at 11.
Yeah, we'll be.
I gotta leave time to rub on out, wash my hands, and go to sleep. Dude.
My guess is you're not gonna make it to the rubbing part.
I'll answer that in a second for you, Nicholas.
Famous.
No. Unless Sony can work some magic, you will not see God of War type level through PSVR 2. Because, like I said, it takes much more power to run a VR game than it does a flat screen game.
Say famous.
Black Hat Up is live. Destroy the firewall, find the laptop, and manually activate it for me.
I love this shit, and I may move to England.
There you are. Firewall access point coordinates uploaded to your devices.
Firewall hall.
Firewall breached. Laptop location acquired. Let's do this.
Straight up these steps.
Friendly down. 3 remaining.
Oh, well, you gotta speak, man.
Hostile retired. 3 remaining.
One on the bottom left.
Oh, right behind us.
Hostile deleted. 2
Right in
remaining.
front of you, mate.
Friendly down. 2 remaining.
He threw a grenade.
Well, he's on the left side. Snake left.
I'm out of ammo. Fucking out of ammo. Fuck. I'm out of ammo. I'm gonna die.
Yo, one to your
Walk into
right.
that.
There he is.
Yes. Give me your shit. Your shit.
Hostile erased. 1 remaining.
Straight ahead. He's bottom of the stairs.
Alright.
Left side.
Face, mush.
Yep, he's hiding underneath the steps.
Underneath him?
Yep. Right under you.
If you can bounce a grenade off the wall and try to get him.
Got him. He's right there.
He's dead.
Right side.
Yeah, he's on the platform underneath.
No,
you.
right, Snake. Alright.
Is he still underneath?
Yeah.
Alright.
You might want to try to go down the far left. Or try to go down one of them, but you gotta get down before you're screwed.
Where the fuck's he at? I know he's down there. Fuck.
Yeah, this is some garbage ass camera angle, so I can't really see anything.
I hear him.
How many
Is
of
he
them are
on the
left?
other- Is he on the other side of that
Yeah,
door?
yep. Snake, he's to your right. Other side. He's at the red door now. Red door now. Alright, go. Don't go through that way.
Is he looking at it?
I don't know. We can't get there right now.
Yeah, he's hiding behind a like a pallet full of shit,
Shit.
and he's got his gun trained on that door opening. So if you would have went through that door, you would have got shot.
Ah. Damn.
Sad.
Fellas.
Contract
Sorry,
revoked.
fellas. Motherfucker.
We'll get him.
Dude, I own them bitches on that one. I didn't own that motherfucker. I had him twice.
So, gentlemen, I have
Motherfucker.
I have to ask
had
the
an
question.
ace.
So do you guys think this game is dying out, or is it still well alive?
Still alive.
Okay.
It's definitely still alive.
Oh, yeah.
I got 2.5 years invested in this gun.
You got
Me-
number.
I
You
bought
got
this.
number 200 and number 281 playing here right now. So yeah, it's,
I mean, I bought this game day one, but I became frustrated with the drifting of the aim controller.
Yeah, people worked around it.
How?
All you gotta do is shut off your headset,
turn it
Yep.
back on.
turn it back on. It resets everything.
Yep.
Just be
And
in
you
front
gotta
of your
figure out
camera.
all about your light. Make sure you're in a dark room.
Make sure your lighting's not all light. You can't have a bunch of light behind you. You
I have
can't-
enough light to where the camera could pick up my outline. That's it.
Okay, I'm sitting in a pitch black room. The only light is coming from the headset and the aim controller.
Yeah, it's either that or it's fucking aim control. It's dying.
Secure the firewall
yeah,
access
the battery
points,
does go
protect
to
that
shit.
laptop,
Don't last
prevent
long.
hostile data hack. Easy peasy.
Your phone is shit, I'll tell you that.
Hostiles have the firewall access point locations and are moving to them. Get cracking. Hostile down. 3 remaining. Hostile down. 2 remaining.
Oh, behind me, in front of me.
I got two of them on me.
3
Two of them.
remaining.
The last two. Snake to your left. Snake to your left.
Hostile down.
Yes.
Right there.
1
He's right
remaining.
there. He's right there, Snake. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. He's right there. Yep. He's right at you.
Nice work.
Aces. Contract
Yeah, I go
fulfilled.
around the
Oh my God! You see that body?
There's more where that came from.
Oh, that body went flying. Nice round.
Yeah.
Yep. If this would have came out, like if Battlefield 2 was in VR,
Well, this is
look
the
at that
beginning.
drip. That drip.
I
This
would
is the beginning of
I would
Battlefield.
have been I'd have been ranked in top 100 easily.
So when you turn the headset off, do you turn it off from the headset or go into the menus of the console and shut it off?
Just hold your fucking PS button in and it says audio devices and control.
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm going to try to turn the headset off for a second. If I can remember what the damn power button is. Oh my God. Hold on a second, y'all. Okay. All right, let's see if that helped. All right, we'll try one more time. The host left. Oh my God. Am I hyped for Alvo, DJ? Absolutely I am. You were, but what? Your headset broke on you. Oh crap. Yeah, that's a tough one right there, DJ. Have you looked into whether or not you can get the headset repaired? Okay, cool. You have to call the shop. Cool. Did you play the Alvo beta? No, I did not. I tried, when they were first taking sign-ups for the beta, I signed up for it, but I never got an invite for it. But I'm planning on buying the game on all platforms: PlayStation VR, Quest, and PC VR.
Right then. Prevent hostiles from destroying the firewall, gaining access to our servers, and hacking the data on that laptop. Bollocks. Firewall access point locations compromised. Hostiles incoming.
Thanks. They're already here.
Firewall is compromised.
Down at the bottom of the
Hostiles have
steps, at the
laptop
bottom of the
location
ramp.
and are wasting no time getting there. 20 down. 3 remaining.
Damn.
Hostile down. 3 remaining. Hostile down. 2 remaining. Hostile down. 1 remaining.
That's it. Good work.
That's the Dunkirk spirit. Contract fulfilled. Payments initiated. All in a day's work.
Oh yeah, that definitely. Oh my God. The host has abandoned. This is the third time this has happened tonight, so I think that's my cue to go ahead and shut it down. Besides, I think I want to do another PS5 stream before the night's over. Hell, maybe even stream Rainbow Six from the PC again. I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Yes, there was drifting issues tonight. Thanks, DJ. Appreciate it. There was drifting issues tonight, but it wasn't to the point that had me pulling my hair out and grinding my teeth out of my mouth. So I won't totally give up on the game. At the very least, I'll hang in there until Alvo comes out. But the fact of the matter is, over on PC VR with Pavlov, Contractors, Onward, and there's a few other games through SideQuest and App Lab and stuff like that. There's actually plenty of first-person shooters between the Oculus Quest and PC VR. So to me, this was more a situation of me coming back to this just so I can have a reason to use my PlayStation VR. Always a pleasure, my brother. You too, Nicholas Taylor. I appreciate it. If I don't come back with something tonight, I'll definitely come back with something tomorrow. So I got to keep this grind going so I can make 1,000 subs, because I'm hoping that's the magic number that will get the attention of VR devs, and they'll reach out to me and ask me to try their games out. Also, while I'm thinking about it, my UK partners in crime, Ham VR and Kevy D77, we're supposed to get together this week and do a stream of the VR shooter Guardians. We'll need to figure out what day we're going to do that, because over in the UK they're 5 hours ahead of me. And then we'll have our normal ACC Fridays where we stream a set of courses competición. And a lot of us racing VR, so definitely got those two planned for the week. So I'm going to go ahead and boogie on out of here. I can't say for certain whether I'll do another stream or not. If I do, it'll be on PS5 or it'll be PC. It'll definitely be flat screen, because I have to say that PS5 has kind of brought some balance back into my life, because before I bought the PS5, I'll make sure to share you next time on Twitter. I appreciate it, Nick. I have to say, before I bought the PS5, in the case of VR, I was, how do I say it? I had to be careful of what games I played and stuff like that, because to play a game that I like where I'm moving around out of enjoyment, and then to come back an hour later and play a game because I need to get my cardio in, it could have presented a situation where I'm doing too much cardio and I don't want to lose any more weight than I've already lost from having to change my diet due to diabetes. And I think what PS5 has done is, like, it allowed me to come back to gaming, flat screen gaming, and game a little bit and take a load off my feet, because that's kind of a lot to stand on, because I'm on my feet all 8 hours at work, and then to come home and play VR all day and stand on my feet some more, I'm kind of worn out. So PS5 gives me a chance to game and take a load off my feet, which because that ray tracing really caught my eye. Seeing these games with the ray tracing, making the environment look more realistic. So it adds a little bit of balance, gives me entertainment, gives me a chance to take a load off my feet. So whenever I do jump back into VR, especially if it's a game where I need to get my cardio in, then I can go hard and not have to feel like I gotta pace myself so I don't get, so I don't burn myself out. So in case in point, today I was able to play Thrill of the Fight, and I was able to go all out because I had not played VR at all today. So, and I needed to get my cardio in. So it was a case where I went in there and went all out and wasn't just going through the motions. So I think PC and PS5 is a perfect combination, and the Oculus Quest. So PC, Oculus Quest 2, and PlayStation 5. And if you still got a PlayStation 4 and you're using it for PlayStation VR, that's cool too. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. And if I don't see you on another stream tonight, we'll see you tomorrow. So everyone have a good night. You guys know the line. Wakanda forever. Long live the king. And deuces. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you. See you, Nicholas. Deuces.